And a brake is probably the most underestimated thing that you're going to need if you want to get to the top. It's the one thing that most often separates a good local shortstop from a professional player. They've gone through their whole lives, but they neglected to work on their brake, and they just can't compete at the highest levels. Now, whatever you do, don't be one of those guys. Work on it now, work on it as often as you can, and all throughout your pool playing journey. If you want to know what a good brake is and how you can work on it, I'm going to put some links in the video description down below. Go ahead and watch those after you watch this. If you take a look at all great pool players, they all have different styles, they all do things a little bit differently, but they all have one thing in common, and that's a straight stroke. If you don't know how to develop or work on, or even what is a straight stroke, click the link in the description. That'll take you to a video on how to work on it and how to tell when yours is not right. Alright, let's face it, there's a lot of drugs in the subculture of pool, and there's also a lot of very hardcore drinking. And this is one of the things that is stifling the growth of the sport, and it's the reason that good parents keep their children away from the sport. If we take a look at all the levels of pool, and I mean we take a really good look, we can see that all the brain damaging drugs are at the bottom end of the rung and all through the beginner stages and the shortstop level, and this is one thing that's keeping the shortstops from progressing to pro level pool. But there's not a whole lot. In fact, there's a very, very small amount on the pro level. Now, before you go ahead and point out examples or something that you heard about, I can assure you that you cannot be a professional pool player and be a hardcore drug addict at the same time. And yes, some of them smoke pot and some of them drink beer, but I am talking about hardcore brain cell killing drugs. Methamphetamine, fentanyl, heroin, and a boatload of other addictive substances. I can promise you, if you get on this and you let it get a hold of you, you are not going to make it. You might as well just flush all your dreams down the toilet. And I don't want to preach at you. It's not what I'm all about. And believe me, I'm no Boy Scout. So this issue is more geared toward the young people and the beginner players who need to know that once they make this mistake, they're going to damage their brain and they're going to need their brain. And you're not going to have enough brain to make it to the highest level of pool. If you want to see what hardcore drugs really do to people, I'm going to put a link in the description to one of my best videos, and a video that's been acclaimed as one of my most popular videos, the one I am making no money on because it's been demonetized, but is still praised every day in my life. I want you to see this video. It's in the description. Yeah, it takes a really deep-seated desire and a willingness to work really hard, and that means setting balls up, recognizing mistakes, and practicing shots over and over and over until you get it right. And it just takes a lot of work, and that never ends. You'll see the best players in the world get there hours before a tournament, hours before a match, and setting balls up. We're setting a break up and working on it and perfecting it and tweaking stuff and just over and over and over until they feel good and have the confidence to shoot the shot anytime, Yeah, the learning thing, it's a lifelong thing. It never goes away. So you, right from the gate, have to recognize your own errors and work really hard to fix them, and it's not just going to happen automatically. So many players they don't do anything. They just go out and play and play and play. And you think experience alone is going to fix a mistake when it's not. You really have to work on it. And it takes a real commitment to the game. It really does.